Welcome back to the daily morning gossip feeds on Fiddler Channel, with me as editor Olivia. Today, let's take a look at some notable celeb news in the past 24 hours. Thank you for always supporting and accompanying us. Come to the following hot news. The first news. Terry Hall, the singer of The Specials, has died at the age of 63. The second news. Mean Girls the musical member Stephanie Bissonnette dead at the age of 32. Terry Hall, the singer of The Specials, has died at the age of 63. The singer of two-tone legends The Specials, as well as Fun Boy 3 and The Colorfield, has passed away. Terry Hall, lead singer for The Specials, and former frontman of Fun Boy 3 and The Colorfield, who was the lead singer for The Specials, has passed away at 63. The announcement is confirmed by The Specials bandmates who issued the following statement. It is with great sadness that we announce the passing, following a brief illness, of Terry, our beautiful friend, brother and one of the most brilliant singers, songwriters and lyricists this country has ever produced, they said. Terry was a fantastic husband and father. He was one of the sweetest, funny, jovial, and the most sincere of human beings. The music he played and performances captured the essence of living. The happiness, the sorrow, humor and the struggle for justice, and most importantly the love. He will be deeply missed by all who knew and loved him and leaves behind the gift of his remarkable music and profound humanity. Terry often left the stage at the end of The Specials' life-affirming shows with 3 words. Love, love, love. We would ask that everyone respect the family's privacy at this very sad time. Terry Hall was born in Coventry in the year 1959. When he was 12 he was kidnapped by a pedophile ring during an excursion to school in France. Interview with Richard Herring for his podcast RHLSTP. He stated that the incident triggered the beginning of a long-term battle with depression as well as problems with mental illness. I was sort of drugged up then on Valium for about a year and I didn't go to school, he told Herring. It sort of switched something in my head. I started not listening to anyone. Hall discovered a niche within the punk scene first as a vocalist for the local band Squad and later for the Coventry Automatics, the band that was later dubbed The Specials in 1979. The band was led by the songwriter and keyboardist Jerry Dammers. The band were at the leading edge of the two-tone movement, along with groups like Madness the Selector and Madness the Selector, blending Jamaican punk with ska to create a multicultural ensemble that was simultaneously wildly engaging and politically and anti-racist. The Specials were a band that had 7 consecutive singles that were in the top 10 of UK and the UK's first #1 with the landmark era-defining Ghost Town in 1981. Hall's wry delivery was the key to the Specials' the band's success. With no pretenses of rock star, Terry Hall looked like the students who went to school with. He said to The Guardian that he preferred the American punk bands to the British ones. I didn't really like the McLaren, Westwood angle on punk, of making everyone look styled. In the Voidoids, somebody would be bald and somebody would have long hair. It didn't matter. Don't want to be rich, he sang on Too Much Too Young. Don't want to be famous. But he did become famous. The music of The Specials resonated with black and white kids, male and female, and their gigs would often end with half of the audience on stage. When The Specials broke up in 1981, Terry was able to form Fun Boy 3 with bandmates Neville Staple and Linval Golding. They scored 7 hits that ranked in the top 20 of the UK and included the hit song The Specials' Lips Are Sealed, which Terry wrote with his former girlfriend, Jane Wiedlin of the Go-Go's. The song was a smash for both bands. In 1984, he was The Colorfield. Although their humorous English pop music never really captured the imagination of the masses in similar fashion to The Specials and Fun Boy 3, their third single Thinking of You still went to number 12 in the UK. Hall began collaborating with the producer and Lightning Seed Ian Broody. Hall co-wrote 3 songs on the Lightning Seed's second album. In the following years, he pursued his own solo career as well as numerous collaborations with Dave Stewart as Vegas, with fundamental singer Mushtaq as well as Gorillaz, Toots and the Maytals and many more, before joining The Specials in the year 2008. They released their debut album Encore. It reached number 1 on the UK charts for albums. People see success as getting to number 1 and being platinum, he said at the time. I don't see that at all, I never have. I think the success is getting something inside, out, and getting someone to listen to it. That is success. For the first 20 years of my life, nobody would listen to me. Nobody. At school, job centers, they just didn't listen, they were never bothered. But then you say something and somebody says, I agree, I disagree, and so wow, somebody's listened. That's success. Mean Girls the musical member Stephanie Bissonnette dead at the age of 32. Stephanie Bissonnette, who played high school student Dawn Schweitzer in Mean Girls the musical, was killed at the age of 32. Check out how the Broadway musical pays tribute to the actor. The Broadway community is mourning the loss of an outstanding actor. On December 18, Mean Girls the musical announced that dance teacher and choreographer Stephanie Bissonnette had passed away. She was 32. Our hearts are broken as the Mean Girls community mourns the loss of Stephanie Bissonnette, the show wrote on Twitter. Our original Dawn Schweitzer, Stephanie was part of our Broadway company from our first performance to our last. Since she started performing as a character in Mean Girls the musical in 2018, Stephanie filled our theater with her laughter and friendship, inspired us with her fighting spirit and bravery, and graced our stage with the fiercest talent Broadway has ever known. Our thoughts and prayers are with Stephanie's family, friends, and the entire Mean Girls community during this time. The show continued on social media. We will miss her profoundly and encourage everyone to do something they love today in Stephanie's honor. The cause of death has not been revealed yet. As per Playbill, Stephanie was previously diagnosed with medulloblastoma, which is a rare type of brain cancer, in the year. However, after treatment, she was able to back on stage and perform. After having graduated of Point Park's Conservatory of the Performing Arts, Stephanie performed with Royal Caribbean. Then she relocated back to New York to teach and choreograph. In addition to her part on the stage in Mean Girls the musical, the Broadway performer also choreographed the choreography for the Mooney, Riverside Theater, Shakespeare Theater Company and Seven Angels Theater. Stephanie was also featured in music videos such as Keith Urban's Never Comin' Down. In her Instagram post, on the 15th of July, Stephanie showcased her love for dancing at a young age, when she posted an image from her childhood. Twirling since the 90s. #Flashback Friday, she posted on her social media. Quote. And those are also the most outstanding news that closes the morning of December 20th. Thank you for listening and following Fidlar's Daily News. If you find the video interesting and useful, please click like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the latest gossip news.